It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC North. It's the Bears and the Vikings, next on Madden NFL 22.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaughan alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Vikings coming into play. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. The numbers for Smith a week ago. 3 catches, 72 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy the defenses had better focus on.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Off the play fake. Bean. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 27. Looking to throw. Bean over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. DK Metcalf. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Keep playing hard.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass. So he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Wheeler. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Fields now to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Now, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, it's Madison. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
56. Mike, 56 right there.
Here's a give to Madison running right. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 58's the mic.
Operating from the gun. Bean. Complete here. It's Hyde. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now a give to Madison. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Bean. to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Brings up fourth down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Gonzalez's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. Now, somehow he was able to sidestep that first tackler, but still hit and taken down behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. That's out to Hill, right side complete. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Fancy footwork at the 45. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 50, here's Fields. This is complete to Hawkins. And he will have the Bears first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to bury him for a loss of 11. 2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Another try after the first down sack. Fields looking here for Smith downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw, Fields. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. And on 4th down, honors the punt team, sending this one away. Taking it about the 16. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, but we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Madison. Oh, he bowls over him. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Running from the shotgun with Madison. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Looking to throw. Bean. He's going to loft it. Deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. On 1st down, it's Fields. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Fields. He finds his man, complete. That's Wheeler. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks. Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Madison. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, Bean. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
Let's go.
Off play action, Fields. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Fields. It's Hill, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Here we go.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st down, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll run with Madison. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. Fields on 1st down. Looking downfield for Godwin. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top as we send you down to Orlando. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here we go.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it.
What's up, man?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Fields. Going deep for Montgomery. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Fields. He finds his man, complete. That's Wheeler. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 31 yards on the punt there.
Get ready. Get ready. Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Bean. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Bean. And that is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. .37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Back to throw. Bean. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
That's a big gainer on that play. And from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely, because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
Back to throw again. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Bean. And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the...
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Boom! Viking 18. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Gonzalez's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they're able to build on things here with a field goal, but you know the question is how much longer can they really rely on their defense to pitch a shutout?
That's a great question, because you know the guys on the other sideline are saying, give us the ball. We want another shot at this. So yes, tight game, you'll take the 3. But this game, it's far from over.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Fields. He finds his man, complete. It's Wheeler. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. A shotgun snap, Fields. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 25. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
To throw is Fields.
He finds his man, complete. It's Wheeler. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter.
Fields now to throw.
Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
On 1st down, Bean. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
DJ Wadham.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. On 2nd down, this is Madison.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's Fields. Steps away to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Fields. Now he's forced out left.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Fields. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. Back to throw. Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Draw play. Fields gives to Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Fields. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Danielle Hunter getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet. But at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Another carry now for Madison. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
56, the mic, boys. 56.
On the handoff, it's Madison. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now a give to Madison. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Watch the run.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. But what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks.